Hey everyone, I hope that all of you would have a good day. I wish it to continue all the day. Before getting into the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And do the same for my other channels also. The link is in the description. Let's get into the video. 8 September, 1942 Labor Day weekend holidays. 1942, American workers gave up their Labor Day weekend holidays to keep the munitions factories working to help in the war effort. Nearly all the traditional Labor Day parades have also been cancelled in respect for the thousands of loved ones fighting to protect their country. Most of the travel seen on rail and buses have been troops who have a furlough to go home and see loved ones. 8 September, 1915, Zeppelin used for bombing. 1915, German success using the Zeppelin to terrorize the skies over Britain includes an attack on Aldergate in central London, killing 22 people and causing £500,000 worth of damage. 8 September, 1935, State Senator Huey P. Long. 1935, in retaliation for slandering his father, Dr. Carl Austin Weiss Jr. fatally shot the State Senator Huey P. Long in the state capitol building in Louisiana. 8 September, 1941, Russia siege of Leningrad. 1941, Germany begins the 900-day siege of Leningrad by German forces during World War II. The siege led to the death of at least 1 million Russians from starvation and disease. 8 September, 1943, Italy surrenders. 1943, following the deposing of Mussolini from power in July, General Dwight Eisenhower publicly announces the surrender of Italy to the Allies. 8 September, 1944, UK V-2 rocket. 1944, Germany launches the first V-2 rocket on London. Over the next 6 months, Germany launched 1,400 at Britain, ending in March 1945. At the end of World War II, both the US and the Soviet Union tried to gain as many V-2s, and more importantly the scientists who had worked on them. There is a V-2 on display in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in Washington, alongside a Saturn rocket. The V-2 rocket is the base of the early space rockets and interballistic rockets, with the three main components needed for a rocket: large liquid fuel rocket engines, supersonic aerodynamics, and guidance and control systems, developed for the V-2. 8 September, 1950, wage and price controls. 1950, Congress passed the Defense Production Act, which called for various economic measures, including wage and price controls. 8 September, 1950, mine collapse Knockshinnich Castle. September 8, 1950, in Scotland, a field above the Knockshinnich Castle colliery collapses, leaving a crater 300 feet x 200 feet x 50 feet deep, trapping 120 miners underground. Rescue work is a success for most of the miners trapped underground for 24 hours, but 13 of the miners are believed to have perished in the accident. 8 September, 1955, new synthetic material polyurethane. 1955, American firms are tooling up to manufacture the new synthetic material called polyurethane, which is thought will be used in our everyday lives at an ever-increasing pace. Some of the many things that will made from this new material include children's toys, sponges, car seats, refrigerator insulation and building materials, to name just a few. 8 September, 1967, Israel-Jordan War of Words. September 8, 1967, Israel and Jordan are in a battle of words over who fired the first shots, with each accusing the other of firing the first artillery shells and mortars in a breakdown of the ceasefire agreed in the United Nations. 8 September, 1974, Ford pardons Nixon for crimes. 1974, President Gerald Ford grants an unconditional pardon to Richard Nixon for any crimes he may have committed or participated in while in office. 8 September, 1978, Camp David meeting. September 8, 1978, the Camp David meeting between President Anwar Sadat of Egypt and the Israel Prime Minister Mrs. Begin continues in secrecy, with no comments to the press, except they are now in face-to-face talks. Meanwhile, Syria is talking to other hardline Arab countries, telling them to enter defense pacts with the Soviet Union to ensure protection against a combined Israel-US forces. 8 September, 1985, South Africa mining strike. 1985, mine owners in Johannesburg have fired 1,500 black workers for participating in a failed strike, causing further increases in racial violence, causing the deaths in the last week of 32 during the daily unrest and riots, and causing the rand to continue slipping in value during the last 12 months, political unrest in the country due to its apartheid policies. 8 September, 1986, Nissan car factory. September 8, 1986, Nissan opens a factory in Sunderland, England, as the first Japanese automobile factory in Europe. 8 September, 1986, rebels attempt assassination on Pinochet. 1986, the dictator-president of Chile General Augusto Pinochet is ambushed by rebel fighters firing on the presidential convoy with machine guns, rifles, bazookas and hand grenades. During the gunfight, General Pinochet managed to escape in his armor-plated Mercedes and sustained only minor injuries. 8 September 1993, gang wars with guns. September 8, 1993, as guns continued to become easier to obtain, gangs in our inner cities no longer settle disputes with fisticuffs. The normal way since the increase in the number of guns on the streets is to shoot first before the other guy. This is leading to a much higher number of gang-related murders in inner cities throughout the US. 8 September 2000, UK truck drivers go slow. September 8, 2000, 100 truck drivers hold a go slow protest on the A1, bringing traffic to a slow crawl. Meanwhile, other truckers and hauliers are blocking oil installations and refineries in protest at the cost of fuel, bringing the supply of petrol at the pumps and petrol stations to a halt. Also, hospitals are now running out of fuel. Over the next week, rationing of food at supermarkets and petrol at gas stations was bought in. The protests ended 1 week later, without the British Prime Minister giving in to the demands of truckers, taxi drivers etc. to decrease the fuel tax, which is some of the highest in the world. 8 September 2001, Williams Sisters Showdown US Open. September 8, 2001, Venus and Serena Williams meet in the final of the US Open, becoming the first sisters to meet in a Grand Slam event since 1884. Venus beats Serena Williams 6-2, 6-4. But the following year, Serena did gain revenge when the Williams sisters met again in the US Open. 8 September 2003, copyright lawsuits issued to internet users. September 8, 2003, the Recording Industry Association of America, or RIAA, filed 261 copyright lawsuits against internet users for trading songs online as part of the RIAA's crackdown on peer-to-peer network users. The lawsuits attracted a large amount of media attention, not all of it good, as some of the lawsuits were directed at children as young as 12 and to grandmothers in their 70s, but the RIAA is still ongoing in its pursuit of file sharers in the courts, with over 20,000 lawsuits having been issued up to 2006. 8 September 2004, Japan Typhoon Songda. September 8, 2004, Typhoon Songda has been lashing the islands of Japan for 4 days and, although downgraded to a tropical storm, is still causing widespread damage. The death toll so far is estimated at more than 20, and the damage caused has run into billions of dollars, including crops. Japan has seen a particularly bad year with a number of earthquakes, and Typhoon Songda is the third major typhoon to hit in 3 weeks. 8 September 2006, ancient Inca ruins of Machu Picchu. September 8, 2006, 1 week after permission was given to hold helicopter flights over Machu Picchu, the ancient Incan ruins in Peru, the Peruvian government declared the area a no-fly zone. The reversal of the decision came after many protests by environmentalists who claimed the flights would affect rare plants and animals in the area. 8 September 2009, Mexico Attorney General resigns. September 8, 2009, the Mexican Attorney General resigned on this day. Eduardo Medina Mora did not give a reason for his resignation, but the Attorney General was thought to have one of the most dangerous jobs in the country since the government began a fight against drug gangs in 2006. 8 September 2011, blackout Southern California, Arizona and Mexico. September 8, 2011, the failure of the entire San Diego gas and electric system leads to the closure of San Onofre Nuclear Generating Station, causes blackouts in Southern California, Arizona and Baja California in Mexico. The blackout occurred after a worker at an Arizona power substation turned off a piece of equipment that was being affected by extreme heat. The blackout left more than 5 million people without power. 8 September 2011, German police arrest bomb plotters in Berlin. September 8, 2011, German police arrested 2 men accused of plotting a bomb attack. The 2 men had been under investigation by the police for several weeks and had been arrested after a chemical company reported suspicious purchases of bomb-making chemicals by the men to the police. 8 September 2011, United States Job Creation Plan proposed. September 8, 2011, President of the United States Barack Obama delivers a speech to a joint session of both houses of Congress, putting forward a new job creation plan, entailing major spending initiatives and tax cuts. 8 September 2012, Nicaragua volcano forces evacuation. September 8, 2012, around 3,000 people were evacuated from near the San Cristobal volcano in Nicaragua. The volcano began erupting and was spewing ash and gases. Soldiers were sent to the area to help with evacuations. 8 September 2013, Cambodian election winner. September 8, 2013, it was confirmed that the ruling party of Cambodia won the highly disputed July election. The CPP won 68 seats compared to the opposition CNRP's 55 seats. Protesters alleged election fraud and rigging and gathered in the capital Phnom Penh. Prime Minister Hun Sen of the CPP has run the country for 28 years. Here, we are coming to the end of the video. Before quitting the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And do the same for my other channels also. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching.